Hello and welcome to Badminton Unlimited. On this week's show, we'll review the action from finals day at the Yonex-Sunrise Hong Kong Open 2018 and hear from the champions. Speaking of champions, world conquerors Junhui and Yuchen talk to us about becoming one of the best men's doubles pairs on tour right now.
男双打起来，其实赢也最后就是赢几分吧，所以说我觉得还是每一场球好好去准备吧。
And we head to Markham, Canada, where the new junior champions of the world have been crowned. Last Sunday saw the conclusion of the Yonex-Sunrise Hong Kong Open 2018, the last of 7 Super 500 events this year. Despite the early exit of Hong Kong's best medal hope, Tang Chunman and Se Ying Sweat, the passionate badminton fans turned out in full force on finals day. Japan had the most successful outing, with an interest in all 5 finals. Women's doubles top seeds, Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota, were first up against Fuzhou China Open 2018 champions Li So-hee and Qin Seung-chan. Showing no ill effects from their 1 hour and 45 minutes marathon semi-final, the Japanese overcame a 6-11 deficit to claim the opening game 21-18. The lead changed hands several times in Game 2 before Fukushima and Hirota once again pulled away at 15 all to prevail 21-17 for their 5th tour victory this year. The women's singles final was hands down the match of the finals. Nozomi Okuhara made a brighter start, but had to withstand a late charge by Ratchanok Intanon before taking the opening game.
Amazing. What a rally.
The intensity of the match continued to escalate in the second, with Intanon exploring every opportunity to launch an attack. However, her aggressiveness also resulted in numerous unforced errors. Okuhara, on the other hand, was content to defend and wait for the right time to counterattack. After 64 minutes of entertaining nail-biting action, it was Okuhara who finally came through 21-19, 24-22 to get her hands on the Champions Trophy after 2 runners-up finishes here in 2014 and 2015.
Today she is very aggressive play, so I be careful smash and fast shuttle. Be careful and keep. So.
The men's singles final featured Kenta Nishimoto and Son Wan-ho. The Korean came into the match high on confidence after beating world number 1 Kento Momota in an inspired but exhausting semi-final. But that 90-minute battle had taken a toll on Son as he surrendered the first game 14-21, despite leading 10-2 at one stage. In the second game, it was the Japanese who showed signs of fatigue, losing 17-21. Both players brought out their A-game in the decider, which featured some long and energy-sapping rallies. From 8 all, Son took the lead and held it all the way, winning 21-13 for his first title in nearly 2 years and his first title on the HSBC BWF World Tour.
우승을 되게 오랜만에 해서 되게 기분이 좋고 일단 이번 시합 홍콩에 와서 조금 이제 잘 됐던 것 같아가지고 되게 기분이 좋아. 오랜만에 우승을 해서 이제 기분이 되게 좋다고.
Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping were the favourites to lift the mixed doubles crown, having defeated Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino in all 5 of their previous meetings. The first game seemed to be heading China's way, but the All-England champions bounced back from a 3-point deficit at the mid-game interval to win by the same margin. The Japanese continued to attack in the second and were duly rewarded with a run of 5 straight points en route to the 21-18, 21-14 victory and their first title since winning in Birmingham this March. The last match of the day, the men's doubles final, was also the shortest of the 5 finals. Seeking to break their own record of 7 tour titles they set last year, Marcus Finaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo put on a masterclass to dismantle Takeshi Kimura and Keigo Sonoda 21-13, 21-12 in just 35 minutes, thus rewriting the history books with their 8th HSBC BWF World Tour title of 2018.
No, I've never think about that. Just I try my best every tournament and like step by step.
Yeah, I think today we play well from the beginning and the opponent also under pressure. So I think today is a very good match for us.
Next stop on the HSBC BWF World Tour is the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships in Lucknow. We'll have more on that tournament a little later in the show. With 5 HSBC BWF World Tour titles in 7 finals appearances, Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota will be hoping they've done enough to secure their place in the HSBC BWF World Tour finals. The season-ending finals moves to Guangzhou this season, and the Japanese pair is looking forward to the change in scenery.
去年はそのドバイでファイナルをやったので、今年は中国で開催されるので、また違った雰囲気になるとは思うので、そこも楽しみにしてますし、そのファイナルっていう雰囲気をすごく2人で楽しみにしてます。
Losing finalists in last year's tournament, suffering defeat at the hands of compatriots Shiho Tanaka and Koharu Yonimoto, the world number ones will be looking to make amends this time around.
去年リーグ戦をしてトーナメントっていう形を初めてやったんですけど、でもやっぱり一試合一試合がすごく結果につながってくるので、そのトーナメントに出場するためには、なのでそこはすごく大事なので、もうリーグから気を引き締めて一戦一戦2人でやっていきたいっていうふうに去年はやっていきました。でもやっぱりその1年間通してやっぱり結果を残している人がそこに集まってくるので、そこに出るっていうことはやっぱり安定して結果も出してるってことなので、そこはすごく大事かなってすごく思っていますし、やっぱりファイナルっていうこともあるので、すごく出たい気持ちはすごくあります。
A runners-up finish in their first finals appearance was undoubtedly an impressive showing. But Fukushima and Hirota have grown in stature since, becoming Asian champions as well as silver medalists at the Total BWF World Championships 2018. So if they make the cut for this year's HSBC BWF World Tour finals, they will certainly be one of the favourites to win.
今までの大会振り返ると悪くはないかなっていうふうに思うので、でもコンスタントに結果を残していきたいなって思ってるので、あと残り4大会あるので、しっかりと自分たちのプレーを出していきたいと思っています。安定してコンスタントに結果を出してきてはいるかもしれないんですけど、その決勝で世界選手権だったりで負けたりして、やっぱりそういう細かい部分でまだまだ力不足っていうところはあるので、そこは課題としてまだまだ取り組んでいきたいなとは思っています。
With the world champions having automatically qualified, the reigning Asian champions will have to battle Olympic champions Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi for a place in this year's HSBC BWF World Tour finals, as each country is allowed a maximum of 2 players or pairs to compete per discipline. Only the top 8. In a short span of 5 years, the 2013 World Junior Men's Doubles champions, Li Junhui and Yuchen, turned their potential into reality by becoming world champions. The year could not have gone better for the Chinese. In May, they saved 2 match points before securing the winning point for China in the Thomas Cup final. At 23 years old, the tall yet softly spoken Li and Liu are primed for more world-class glory.
教练可能有他的想法吧，然后可能感觉我们两个搭在一起也是比较合适的吧，因为我们两个的身材都是比较高，会很互补一些。我觉得从青年赛到成人赛，最大的不同就是对手会更加的多吧。到了成人赛以后就感觉，有的这么大岁数为什么还在打？然后有的很年轻的，小孩子也出来打，就是这种感觉吧。
对手实力我觉得都比青年赛就整体要强很多，所以说还是感觉就是打起来会很有就是动力吧，想说去跟这种世界上排名前面这些大哥哥或者说这种高手们啊，就是多学习吧。
就是那会儿感觉很开心吧，然后因为是我们第一次拿超级赛的冠军，而且在出发之前我们也没有完全去想过去拿冠军。当然，但是比赛我们肯定也是每一场都去想赢的，然后也遇到很多的困难，然后最后我们拿下了冠军，整体还是我们两个都非常开心的。
So on a run of 3 straight points, Junhui and Yuchen save 2 match point opportunities and have now earned themselves a match point. They've done it.
他汤杯拿下来，其实对我们是一个很大的鼓励吧，然后包括帮助中国队取下最后1分，也是对我们的一个肯定吧。
汤杯我觉得赢的还是比较兴奋吧，对我们2个人的场上这种技战术运用啊，包括关键分这种信心吧，我觉得都会有很大的帮助。
觉得首先我们还是心态摆正的很好吧，然后我们在场上的这种出球的质量很高。
我觉得还是就是没有包袱吧，反正每站比赛其实都一样吧。男双打起来其实赢也最后就是赢几分吧，所以说我觉得还是每一场球好好去准备吧。我觉得没有想那么多吧，反正上了场肯定都是想去拿冠军嘛，然后不想拿冠军，那肯定也不会去参加比赛嘛。所以说还是就是每一场的对手都是需要就是去分析的吧，我觉得。
我觉得在大赛的表现中，我们的发挥是很好的，然后但是在这些常规赛里，其实有很多的机会我们可以取得冠军，但是自己没有把握住吧。
我觉得表现还是很不错吧。我觉得今年成绩包括相比去年的话，我觉得今年还是有很大的进步吧。
We just heard from one of the winners at this year's Total BWF World Championships. After the break, we'll present the new World Junior Champions of 2018. And we'll look ahead to the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships 2018, the final tournament before the places for the HSBC BWF World Tour finals are decided. After the success of the Suhan Donata Cup, Canada turned its attention to hosting the individual tournament of the Ning BWF World Junior Championships last week. Over 400 players from 46 nations locked horns in a battle royale across all 5 categories of the eye-level cups at Markham Pan Am Centre. First title up for grabs on finals day was mixed doubles, with Leo Rolly-Karnando and Indah Cahyasari Jamil taking on compatriots Rehan Naufal Kushajanto and Siti Fadia Silva Ramadanti in an all-Indonesian contest. Runners-up in Yogyakarta last year, Kushajanto and Ramadanti were again second best in this encounter, struggling to find their best level, especially with their opponents in confident mood. The match was over in just 31 minutes. Karnando and Jamil outplaying their national teammates in straight games. The final score 21-15, 21-9.
Senang banget, nggak nyangka bisa juara melebihi target. Senang banget pokoknya. Kita mainnya soalnya nggak ada beban ya, mungkin di bebannya di dia, mungkin dia soalnya terakhir ya tahun ini, dia mau ngasih yang terbaik, tapi ini mungkin rezeki kita ya, alhamdulillah.
Making history was Denmark's Lena Kristoffersen, who became Europe's first women's singles finalist in the history of the tournament when she came up against Youth Olympic Games champion Junhui. But perhaps the occasion got the better of the young Dane as she laboured to replicate the good form which he'd showed all week. But take nothing away from Malaysian player Go. The 2015 winner gave a convincing performance worthy of a champion to clinch her second World Junior crown with the final score 21-13, 21-11.
I think it's a perfect ending for my junior career. Of course, then I think after this I won't look back, because the past once I step down from the podium, I think it's just the end. So just looking forward to senior.
Malaysia was gunning for a first in women's doubles. Pearly Tan and Toi Wei hoping to be their nation's first ever World Junior champions. But clashing with the top seeds, Liu Juan and Jia Yuting, the Malaysian duo faced an uphill battle. Liu and Jia put their opponents under relentless pressure throughout the match to deliver China's first title of the day with a 21-16, 21-16 victory.
首先打到冠军决赛，我们以拼的心态去冲击他们，因为跟对手交手都很平均吧，就是输赢都很正常，所以我们去拼，然后只要自己不犯错误，对方就会犯错误。青年赛结束了吧，以后要参加成年赛，希望也是能够更加努力吧。
Men's doubles saw a pulsating battle as Chinese duo Di Zijian and Wang Chan emulated their teammates' success when they faced Korea's Shin Tae-yang and Wang Chan. It was a second meeting between the pairs after Shin and Wang had upstaged their Chinese opponents in the team event. However, Di and Wang were a different proposition this time around, playing with better composure, even surviving a late rally by the Koreans in the second game. 21-19, 22-20 it finished. Di and Wang crowned champions after 42 minutes of play.
首先，在我们团体拿冠军之后，我们单项再次拿冠军，而且今天对手我们团体输过。只能说我们经过这么久的比赛，还有日程，我们一点点在调整，一点点在恢复自己的状态。今天很认真地做了赛前准备。
In the men's singles final, Japan's Kodai Naraoka tried to wrest the crown away from defending champion Kunlavat Vitidsan, but the Thai shuttler was well prepared for the challenge. Vitidsan was rarely troubled by Naraoka in the first game as he comfortably opened a 1-0 lead. His Japanese opponent continued to be outclassed in the following game, and there was little evidence that the title was going to change hands. Vitidsan concluded a successful tournament in straight games, 21-9, 21-11, to emerge as the undisputed World Junior champion for a second year in a row.
ก็กดดันครับก็มีความกดดันหน่อยเพราะว่าอยากรักษาแชมป์ได้ครับก็แรกๆก็นั่นแหละครับอย่างที่บอกก็กดดันหลังๆก็แรกๆก็ตื่นเต้นครับหลังๆก็เริ่มจับจังหวะได้ก็เริ่มตีเข้าฟอร์ม
The Ning BWF World Junior Championships has brought about plenty of excitement to the city of Markham. Hosting the biggest gathering of badminton's next generation of star players and witnessing them in full flow has been a real treat for local enthusiasts of the sport.
It's obviously good to play against people from across the across the world. Even though the training in Canada is good, there's different training techniques and like different play styles from people from different countries. So it's good to learn and play against them. And there's also a lot of top players that are good to learn from as well.
Badminton Unlimited took the cameras around Markham to find out how the world's fastest racket sport has taken flight in the city.
Badminton sport is growing in Canada, especially in Markham. In the past few years, there's a lot of clubs opening around Markham area. And then as you can see that most of the national players are from Markham too. So Markham did really good to promote badminton sport.
I personally been in Canada for like 18 years. So we have seen badminton so develop so quick. A lot of especially Chinese kids or Asian people, they really want to into competition area. So we all have a vision that we want to contribute for this area.
You can see like 5 minutes away from here, you're probably looking like you might have five clubs around here. So whoever they carry the racket, that they don't know which, I don't know which club that they're going to. But every time when I see someone that walk on the street and carry a badminton racket, and I'm really happy, because you can see more people that they will love this sport.
Around 20 badminton clubs and institutions serve the Markham community, providing both competitive and recreational environments for enthusiasts.
We have the most national team member players from this club in Canada, and we do have parents come to play as well and drop in rental card to let all grassroots players to come to let people know about more badminton instead of just a professional. So when people come in, sometime a rental card and drop in, when they see our top professional train, they're like, wow.
Once you can encourage people to play, then you have more people to play. That means that your sport is growing. Right, that's what I'm seeing in Markham right now. And then you bump into for some of the restaurants, and they have a racket back on the floor. And then you say, "Oh, good, you play badminton? Yeah, that's good." Like this is happy to see, and I'm sure that it's crazy now in Markham.
The Syed Modi International Badminton Championships 2018 will be the last chance for players to grab some valuable points ahead of the HSBC BWF World Tour finals. With the seeding set to be announced on the 26th of November, this event in India is the final dash in the race to Guangzhou. Here's all you need to know about the Super 300 event in 90 seconds. The inaugural tournament was held in 1991 as a national event, before becoming a tour regular in 2009. It's been held in the city of Lucknow since. The tournament has proven to be an important platform for showcasing local talent, with the host nation the most successful in its history. Saina Nehwal has been the best Indian player, winning here 3 times. This year too, an Indian is favoured to win the women's singles crown, with Pusala V Sindhu and Nehwal being the top 2 seeds respectively. Both women will have their work cut out, with Japan's Sayaka Takahashi gunning for her 5th tour title of the year, and 2012 Olympic champion Li Jiarui slowly finding her way back to the elite level. Speaking of the race to Guangzhou, the men's doubles discipline also promises to be an intriguing contest, with 4 of the 8 seeds in the mix for the HSBC BWF World Tour finals. Top seeds Kim Astrup and Anders Skarup Rasmussen, Japan's Takuto Inoue and Yuki Kaneko, as well as Hiroyuki Endo and Yuta Watanabe, plus Chinese young guns Han Chengkai and Zhou Haodong, are all within touching distance of each other in the race to Guangzhou, and looking to secure points to make the final cut. While 8th-seeded Indian Satwik Saraj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty will be hoping to break the jinx and become the first Indian men's doubles champions at the tournament. So, over the next 5 days, there's plenty at stake for a number of players involved at the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships 2018, which will make for an exciting contest. Well, that's it for this episode of Badminton Unlimited. Join us again next week as we highlight the best of the action from finals day at the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships 2018. Plus, we're in conversation with one of India's top men's singles players, HS Pranoy.
I think over the years, as an individual, I've trusted in myself better, I would say. I used to be thinking that I'm not a great player.
In the meantime, remember to log on to www.bwfworldtour.com for the latest news and features on the HSBC BWF World Tour.